Good morning to you. You know, a sure sign it's Friday. Sean McBride, the movie guy, drops by here on the morning show. And this week, a crop of new releases runs the gamut from a funny Dracula to a deadly serious Shakespeare. Apparently something for everyone. Sean McBride has the latest.
This isn't funny, Amber.
Would you like to play a game, Tara?
A beloved horror series gets a reboot with the fifth film in the Scream franchise. A new Ghostface killer is on the prowl, bringing some old friends back to investigate in this funny, scary film that's a lot of fun, but it should appeal mostly to fans of the original movie.
Is everything okay down here?
Hey, Drac, what's up?
Oops.
Things go very wrong for the monsters of Hotel Transylvania when Daddy Dracula and his friends get turned into humans. It's big, silly action aimed straight for the kiddos, about on the same level as the previous films, except this one is streaming exclusively over on Amazon Prime.
Welcome to the world of you. You may not be able to start over in the real world, but you can start over in the world of you.
Belle is a really nice animated fantasy for teens. It's a Beauty and the Beast story set inside a virtual world. It's a Japanese export, translated into English, another winner for G-Kids Studios.
By the pricking of my thumbs, something wicked this way comes.
This week's best new film is The Tragedy of Macbeth over on Apple TV+. Denzel Washington and Frances McDormand starred this gorgeous retelling of Shakespeare's famous play. The acting is great, the off-kilter cinematography, scenic design, and sound are fantastic, and it comes in at under 2 hours in length, making this into a fun and accessible Macbeth for the masses and the high art fans alike.
Are you a man?
Aye, and a bold one, that dare look upon that which might appall the devil.
And that's what's new this week at the movies. I'm Sean McBride, the movie guy.
All right, I got to start with what I assume may be the best of the week. And I have to say, I am a Macbeth fan, but I understand why a lot of people may not be, because it's kind of a language that you have to pay attention
To what's going on, yeah.
to what's being said. And even then, you might need somebody to kind of break it down.
So that's why I think this Macbeth is so good. First of all, 2 hours. When does Macbeth come in under 2 hours?
Yeah.
Denzel Washington, Frances McDormand doing it in their American accents. The language has been, some of those quotes, they're kind of still there, but some of them have been changed a little bit to make them a little more accessible to contemporary audiences. I can imagine that if you're an English teacher, classic lit teacher is going to show a movie to your high school students, this is the movie they will show. It's 2 hours. It is amazing looking. It's got solid, acting credentials. There's Catherine Robinson who plays the witches. One woman playing all three witches. Wow. And she does it like it's this bird spirit. There's a lot of bird motifs going in here. It's amazing. There are moments I thought, ooh, that image could come out of a Japanese horror film. It's so freaky. Right. But that being said, I just thought this was really well done and very accessible to the general masses.
And how about the resurgence of black and white all of a sudden?
I know, exactly.
You had Belfast. Last week we were talking about it. Mm-hmm. Kenneth Branagh's semi-autobiographical film about growing up in Northern Ireland, which was a real interesting movie. If you haven't seen it, I would highly recommend it. I think almost the entire family could watch it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And this transitions from color to black and white to color are really pretty amazing, but this one's solid black and white, but it gives you those contrasts that you don't get in.
This one's more than black and white. It's what's called German expressionism, where the cameras are all tilted. It's very stage bound. The scenic stuff is really monumental. It's an amazing looking film because it's going out of its way to say, oh no, we're doing something special here.
Yeah, we're kind of an art film.
Oh, definitely an art film.
All right.
But Denzel just got nominated for a SAG, which tends to be a little more populist than normal stuff. And like I said, I think great performances, great technical production credits.
All right, let's run through the rest of them we're talking about this week. If you had to pick one beyond this, which one would you see?
The one that everyone's going to be talking about is Scream, the fifth film in the franchise. Look, I understand if you like the Scream movies, there's a nostalgic kick to this. Also have four original cast members returning here, and that's kind of fun. But the movie is stuck where it has to spend so much time explaining what happened in the first movies and making fun of itself, being meta and everything like that, that it gets in the way of the movie at times. And so I don't think this is a well acted movie by any means, but it is a lot of fun. It's a slasher film. There's a lot of people who want to see this one. So
well, just based on history.
Yeah.
the franchise, for sure.
Yeah.
Built-in audience, as they say.
Absolutely, and a lot of horror fans have just been salivating over this one for months now. So.
All right, so then let's move to animation because you have a couple to choose from this.
Yeah, look, the Hotel Transylvania / Transformania was actually supposed to come out last summer, and then like 3 days before it came out, they said, "Oh no, we're going to hold this." The trailer used to say only in theaters. Now Amazon bought it and stuff. It's more of the same. It's Dracula being silly. It's Adam Sandler there. It's for the kids. I don't think it's any better or particularly any worse than the other ones. So if your kids like this series.
But it's kind of funny because, you can kind of correlate between the franchises. We were just talking about, one franchise in the horror genre. This is a franchise too.
Oh, yeah.
That has had huge audiences in the past.
Ironically, Adam Sandler, a big, movie star, this is his most lucrative franchise. So it's for the kids, people like that. So.
And of course, you had an anime.
Yeah, which is Belle, which is a Japanese film being distributed by G Kids. And I think it's really kind of good. A high schoolish girl who goes into a virtual, world, and basically it becomes a Beauty and the Beast thing where they're trying to unmask the characters playing the dragon. I think it's really well done. It's also a story about a young girl trying to re-find her voice. Her mother has passed, so she's trying to get her strength for life back and stuff. I think it's really well done, but not for general audiences. You have to kind of like this animation style.
Yeah, and I also want to mention just one of my favorites from the past week that concluded. HBO Max finished up a series called Station 11. And if you're looking for something interesting, that is, to me, one of the better done series that I've seen in a while on HBO Max.
I just finished watching episode 6. I'm 4 away.
So there you go.
Yeah,
All right. Well, the book was terrific, which is like 2014. So now the movie, and we've said it before, the beautiful thing about episodic television,
you have time.
10 hours to tell a story. Are you kidding me? You can really tell the book.
I keep running into movies thinking, oh, this didn't quite make it. If only they had a little more time. Right. And I hate a 4-hour movie. But boy, I'm willing to sit down and listen to it if it's broken up into 1-hour chunks.
Yeah, and it's told in a very good fashion.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Sean, as always. Sean McBride, the movie guy, joins us every Friday to talk about what's new at the box office.